So Sharon, this is a commendation award that we give in the Senate, and this goes to individuals in our community who've made and continue to make outstanding contributions to our community and state. Congratulations, you are more than deserving. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator Webb. I love calling you Senator Webb. It's just so much fun, Senator Webb, Senator Webb. It's fabulous. I feel very emotional and humble about this unexpected honor of receiving this New York State Senate Commendation Award. I want to share it with the ancestors known and unknown.
Yes.
I also want to share it with some remarkable community warriors. Mary Jo Kelleher, Fred Exlander is not here, but he's here in spirit. Orazio Salati, Cherry Foster, Bill Gorman, Terry Burke, and Brenda K. James. They are just a few of the many community leaders and doers I have learned from. They helped show me the way when I served as executive director of the Broome County Arts Council. When I ran for state senate in 2016, lost the race, but I hope broadened perspective.
Yes.
And now, as I serve on the Decker Foundation board and use my voice and involvement to support the nonprofit sector, the literary arts, and other creative projects that feed the soul and the purse of this community, I'm also proud to share this award with my patient and loving family. And with all who value culture and community for everyone. Let me say that again, for everyone in the city. I'm deeply grateful to you, Senator Webb, for this recognition. Thank you so much.
Can we give Sharon another round of applause? Okay. Our next honoree, so we're in Broome County right now, but now we're going to go to Tompkins County. And yes, Tompkins County in the house. All right. But we know we in Broome County. So I'm going to start a new beat. Okay, so our next honoree comes from Tompkins County, and her name is Miss Janny Bibby. Yes. She was appointed as the Tompkins County Poet Laureate for 2023 and 2024, using her platform to encourage others to read, write, and share poetry. She is a self-published author of Alzheimer's, Up Close and Personal, and we know that this is a disease that impacts so many of our loved ones still. Several poetry collections, including Keep Moving, Thunderstorm, Waiting Room, Flow, Priceless Present, Why Me, and Eclipse. She has dedicated 22 years to Ithaca College, including 2 years as a staff trustee, while earning both her bachelor's and master's degree as a part-time student over 16 years. She later served as the Director of Human Resources at Kendall in Ithaca, retiring after 20 years. Ms. Bibby plays an active role in her community as a deaconess, a trustee, and leader of the caregivers group at Calvary Baptist Church. She is also a member of Business Leaders of Colors, a lifelong, the City Federation of Women's Organizations, the Quilters Guild, and the Greater Ithaca Activity Center Senior Program. Her husband, William Bibby III, made history as the first African American sheriff's deputy in Tompkins County. Yes. We know that for someone with such a rich history and skill with the pen, that they have to have a deep faith, and this is what Ms. Bibby has. She is guided by her deep faith as she strives to inspire others to be the best version of themselves and to embrace the power of poetry as a means of expression and connection. I also want to add, when I had the pleasure of meeting Ms. Bibby a few years ago, one of the things that for anyone that crosses her path, she makes you feel welcome. She has such an engaging smile. And I know you're wondering, why is that important? For someone like me, who, again, navigating many areas of our state, most certainly our community, having someone to let you know that I see you and you're welcome here, I know that's not just relegated to me, but she creates that spirit with anyone that she engages with. And so it is my deep honor and pleasure to present to Miss Bibby her award for Women's History Month. Please come on up. Please join me in welcoming her. Now, I love poetry and I write, but that's for myself. I know where my talents lie. But there are folks who are great writers, and again, they tell our collective story. And so, Ms. Bibby, you are more than worthy and deserving of this recognition. Congratulations. Yes.
It was my absolute privilege to serve as Tompkins County Poet Laureate for 2023 and 2024. For so many years, I've been active in our community. Senator Webb named some of the things, but I have a couple more that I'm going to mention. I served on boards for Ithaca Neighborhood Housing, Challenge Industries, McGraw House, the Northside Southside Advisory Committee, the DeWitt Historical Society, which is now known as the History Center. So, in all of those spaces and places, I met a lot of people, and all of those experiences included meetings and more meetings. Meeting people who needed what I had, and that is time to sit and listen to their joys and struggles. Meeting people who gave what they had to me, words of comfort and encouragement. Between 2019 and 2024, by the grace of God and the encouragement from my family, two of whom are here with me today, and friends and supporters, too numerous to name individually. But since I have the microphone, and I love reading poetry, I'm going to read one poem. This is called At Least. If you try and fail, at least you are trying. If you sing and forget the words, at least you're singing. If you walk and stumble, at least you're not sitting and doing nothing. If you have a goal and do not reach it, at least you are doing what you can to make your dreams come true. At least keep moving. That's the best thing to do. Yes. One of the most rewarding aspects of being a poet laureate was inspiring people to try writing poetry and helping them find the courage to share their words. I am so grateful and honored to receive this award from our Senator, Lea Webb. Thank you so much.
Can we please give Ms. Bibby another round of applause? Now we're coming back to Boone County. All right, so our next honoree, I have also had the pleasure of knowing for a very long time, and that is Ms. Jennifer Lesko. Jennifer Lesko is the president and Chief Executive Officer of the Broome County Urban League. And I want to share a quick personal story about Jennifer. When I first met Jennifer, she was coming into the Urban League during a very transitional period. The Urban League was actually on the brink of closing. And so the Urban League, for those who may not know what the Urban League is a national organization that brings together folks from all walks of life, rooted in the principles of empowerment and education. And so the Urban League, for those of us who can remember, we may have gone to the Urban League as a young person. Maybe it was a party, maybe it was an after-school program, or maybe it was an after party. No judgment, but it is a space for community, for education, for upliftment, especially for young people and their families. And so seeing Jennifer continue the legacy of the Urban League and continue to grow its reach, I felt that Jennifer is someone who is most worthy of being recognized. She has been the executive director of the Urban League since 2006, leading efforts to empower and uplift the community. She is a lifelong resident of Broome County. She grew up in Endicott and attended UE High School before earning both her bachelor's and master's degrees from SUNY Cortland. I'll also mention that I also had the chance to work with Jennifer when she also worked for the Department of Health, doing a lot of outreach and advocacy as it relates to public health. Her dedication to community service has earned her numerous recognitions, including the Phoenix Award in 2016 from Citizen Action of New York, the Women of Power Award from the National Urban League in 2017, and the Notable Women in Human Services Recognition Award. Jennifer emphasizes the importance of community partnerships, collaborating with many nonprofits, corporate entities, and educational institutions like Binghamton University, SUNY Broome, in order to expand opportunities and resources. Jennifer is committed to leaving Broome County, and most certainly our region and our state, much better than what she found it, and is committed to continuing to work tirelessly to address the needs of residents through the Urban League's programs and initiatives. Please join me in welcoming our next honoree, Jennifer Webb.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Quickly, I met Lea a very long time ago, and it was such an honor to call her a friend, and then city councilwoman, and now senator. And I'm laughing because when I first met Lea, when I was at the Urban League, when I first met with her when I was there, she walked in and she said, I don't know if you remember this, you said, "So what are we gonna do?" So I was kind of like, I don't know, like let's figure it out. Because a lot of people don't know, when I was growing up, the Urban League was a place where everybody hung out. You know, in 1986 and 87, like, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. But we went to the dances at St. Mary's, hung out in the psychedelic shack. So it meant so much to me when I was offered this position, how great it is for me to serve an organization that meant so much to me as a kid. And I know when I first walked in, people were like, "You can't do it. I don't think you can do it," because as you said, we were on the brink of closing, and I thought, well, you know what, for I think all women, when you tell us we can't do something, we're gonna do it. Right? So I just wanna say, I'm so humbled and honored to receive this award from Senator Webb. I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude, not for just this recognition, but for the incredible people who have been part of this journey with me for over the last 19 and a half years. And to you, Senator Webb, thank you for this honor and the important work you do in uplifting women, and especially uplifting women in service. So I really appreciate you for that. To my colleagues and mentors and inspiring individuals, many who are in this room, I have some of my board members in the back, and my staff. I thank you so much, and I share this with you because your support, patience, and encouragement have fueled my passion every single day. And I want to say, this award is not just a recognition, I believe, for what has been accomplished. It's a reminder of the work we still have ahead of us. There are still challenges to overcome, barriers to break, and lives to uplift. But I know that with the passion in this room and the collective strength of those committed to serving our community, the impact that we can create will be lasting. So again, I accept this award with all the women in this room who fight every day to make a difference. So thank you, Senator Webb.
And we still doing it. Amen. All right. Yes. Can we give Jennifer another round of applause? So, now we're going to go to Portland County. Okay? So our next honoree is Lori McGivern. Lori is here, and I want to talk to you about Lori. Lori was raised on a small dairy farm in Virgil, and later built a home there with her husband, living without electricity for 12 years until service was extended. Talk about resilience and tenacity. Okay, everybody's like, Lori is also a proud mother. She has 2 grown children who live nearby, Adam, who owns his own insurance agency, and Aaron, who is a surgical nurse. Her husband, John, is retired from suit coat and ski patrolling, and she has a 3-year-old grandson, okay? Lori is a lifelong educator. She recently earned additional credits from Washington University, and after 43 years as a classroom teacher, let me say that again, 43 years as a classroom teacher, she now writes lessons for the Freeman Foundation. Now, Lori has many achievements, including being named the U.S. Department of State American Council Teacher of Excellence and receiving a Fulbright Award. She was also recognized as a Zonta Woman of Achievement, and nationally she has served as an examiner with the organization called NCATE and earned national board certification and received multiple state level honors, including the League of Women Voters Alice Walker Award, the New York State Distinguished Educator of the Year Award, and the Yavner Award for teaching the Holocaust. She remains deeply involved in her community, serving on a number of organizations' boards, including the Cortland Repertory Theater Board of Directors, the Cortland County Homeville Museum Hall of Fame, a selection committee, and the Cortland Enlarged City School District Board. Now, she may not have a lot going on right now. She does. Lori is also a retired Greek Peak. Everybody knows what Greek Peak is, yes? Ski Patrol member and has served as the Cortland Union President for 19 years. Please join me in welcoming our next honoree, hailing from Portland County, Lori McGivern.
Breathing the air in this room and standing with all of these accomplished, wonderful women is invigorating, astounding, enlightening, and totally unbelievable. Thank you, Senator Lea Webb, for this recognition and this recharging event. I'm honored, I'm deeply humbled, and I am excited to move forward. Reflections of my past always make me smile. Born on a very small dairy farm in Virgil, the youngest of 2 daughters, no brothers. 2 parents who believed in gender equality before anybody else ever did. And they also believed that they would never ever hire outside help. So their work ethic armed us with stamina, problem solving, and the knowledge that complaining would get us nowhere. We quickly learned that remedies are the way. After graduating from SUNY system, I taught for 43 years, from Head Start to master's level grad classes in the SUNY system. Through the NK accreditation process and connections formed there, I have spoken to school leadership in 49 of our 50 states. Through being named an International Teacher of Excellence, I have spoken to school leadership in 26 different countries, often taking students, several of whom have international addresses today and are highly successful. Currently, as Senator Webb stated, I serve on the board of directors for the Cortland Repertory Theater, the Cortland School Board of Education, the Cornell Master Gardeners, and the Homeville Museum Hall of Fame Selection Committee. I look forward to what the future holds for me. And with the current political concerns, I have lots to do if that lesson, don't complain, but find remedies, is still viable. So, thank you to my husband, to my 2 grown, independent, successful children and their families. Thank you to my nominator, Brendan McGovern, and thank you deeply, Senator Webb. I appreciate all of you do. Thank you. And thank you.
Please, let's give her another round of applause. We're gonna do a quick little switcheroo. Now we're gonna go to, is everybody still good?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so now we are going to go to Tompkins County, and we are going to recognize this great woman who goes by the name of Leonore Mims. So, Miss Leonore Mims, in 2024, created a Juneteenth celebration in Ludlowville, New York. And I want to take a moment to explain the significance of that. Just out of curiosity, how many folks have heard of Ludlowville, New York? All 7 of us, okay? And the reason why I lift it up is because I had the honor to introduce legislation with my colleague, Assemblymember Anna Kellis, to recognize a man by the name of Peter Wheeler. And he was an enslaved man in Ludlowville who we actually had legislation to name a bridge after him there. And he was integral because he was an entrepreneur and he was also an author. And so Ms. Mims moved from Utica, New York to Ithaca over 40 years ago and began her higher education journey through the Women's Opportunity Center, later enrolling in the first administrative law degree program through dual enrollment at SUNY TC3 and Cornell University, and graduated with a 4.0 GPA in her final semester. So she said, put some respect on it, okay? She currently still lives in Ludlowville, and as I mentioned, not only is this place significant for the work of Peter Wheeler, and I encourage you to look him up, but also this was the site of the Underground Railroad. And so, in that same vein, this is also a community that resisted the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. So she comes from a large and close-knit family in Utica consisting of 15 siblings and 8 cousins. And she is someone who embodies the term, and I want to make sure I say it correctly, and if I don't, please get me together, Mwalimu, which is Swahili for Educator for Life. She is committed to lifelong learning and holds certifications in STEM. She is designated as a lead trainer in the Certified STEM.org educational program. She also serves as a global brand ambassador for Dianu, which is a clothing company. I don't know if you have seen them online. They have incredible clothing. and teaches STEM principles, community connections, and leadership development to students at the Ithaca City School District. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Leonora Mims, our next honoree.
It is so good to see you. It's so good to see you too. I am so honored to be here. When the jailer called me, told me I was receiving this award, the first person I called was my brother. He is the youngest member of my family, and he is a United States Marine Corps M16 specialist and SEAL officer. He and I are very, very close. He embodies the best of my grandparents on both sides and my parents. I was the one who helped raise him, and our community that was plagued with gun violence and drugs. We survived because we had to. Those skills that I learned enabled me to leave a domestic violence situation and to plan for the future of my 3 children. It helped me learn that what someone decides for me does not necessarily happen to be my outcome for myself.
That's right.
I get to decide who and what I want to be. Lea Webb showing up for me during the Juneteenth celebration was the best thing that could have ever happened to me in my life. We all understand what it is to be a woman of color in spaces that are not comfortable with our buildings, that are not comfortable with our shine, that are not comfortable with what we bring to the table. We are familiar with spaces that want to define and control our narrative. Lea Webb showed up, and it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me that day. Since I am a 5th generation quilter, and we pass on the stories of people who have passed in our families, I was able to present Senator Webb with a quilt that was part of an installation called Say Her Name. The material is from the Ashanti Kingdom in Ghana. And we all know that the Ashanti Kingdom is passed through the matrilineal line. So her showing up for me that way, that day, enabled me to bring the best of myself and represent the people in my community and the people that I care about the most. That's what I love about Lea Webb. She represents people who come from marginalized backgrounds, just like me. And she lets us know, just by her powerful presence, that we can bring the best of who we are unapologetically. So I am grateful to her, and I will always be grateful to her for the rest of my life. And I wanted to bring you something else. I know, I wanted to bring you this because this is something I created over this long winter.
Yes.
And it is called We Are Our Sister's Keeper. And of course, Deanna sent you a bag that you could use continuously. And I wanted to bring this to thank you for honoring me today. This is hand painted, and it represents the Maasai women in the culture. And the Maasai asked the question, how are the children?
Yes.
because they know if the children are all right, the community is okay. Lea Webb answers that question with the legislation that she passes and the gifts that she gives to her children and the community. And all you have to do is go and read her Senate newsletter to see all the great work that she does. And it's not just for women of color who live in Nobleville, who are the only ones that live there. It's for everybody. So, thank you so I don't want to mess it up. And I thank everyone for being here today and for listening.
Okay, I'm gonna follow that up. Okay, please give Ms. Landor another round of applause. All right, now we're coming to Brent County, and now we're going to go to folks who are entrepreneurs. Okay, so this particular honoree, I have had the pleasure of knowing. I want to say it, but I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it since I was in high school. And that is Miss Tanya Williams. Tanya Williams is the owner and entrepreneur with Miracles Beauty Salon. And actually, Tanya did my hair for my senior picture in high school. Cheesing, you know, it was definitely 90s vibe, you know, we'll tell you what year in the 90s, but, okay, but we still looking good, girl. Okay, so, Tanya Williams is not only a successful entrepreneur here in Broome County, she's originally from Queens, and she started her business journey while attending nursing school. In 1987, she opened her first business called A Touch of Class, which was a hair salon in Queens, and later expanded her ventures to Binghamton in the early 90s. Now, for anyone that knows Tanya, you know Tanya isn't just about doing the hair, okay? She is about bringing many people with her, and she has supported many entrepreneurs in our community. Some you may not even realize Tanya has supported. And her portfolio, her entrepreneurial portfolio, includes at least 10 businesses, spanning beauty services, beauty and supply services, food and beverage industries, well-known establishments like Miracles Beauty Salon, Paradise Hair World, Caribbean Bar and Grill, Caribbean Patty World, Caribbean Delights. There's a trend here, a thing, I know I'm going. Food and hair go together, y'all. I don't want y'all, if you didn't know today, you're gonna know after today. Yes. She has also built a brand that serves the community by offering not only a wide range of beauty products and Caribbean cuisine, but she makes her businesses a cornerstone here in Binghamton and in Endicott, and she continues to invest here. She has survived the pandemic, her own personal health journey, and she remains resolute in her commitment to our community. She organizes many events giving back to the community, like annual food giveaways. She provides meals to those who need it, gift bags during Thanksgiving and Christmas, while also supporting NA or Narcotics Anonymous and helping individuals to re-enter the workforce. She is someone who is a testament to the spirit and the power of resilience and having vision, because she continues to work tirelessly to reinvest not only in her business without outside help. She does a lot of this on her own, but she brings many people with her. And this July, Tanya will celebrate 32 years of serving the Binghamton community, which marks over 3 decades of business success and community impact. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Tanya Williams on this stage. Ms. Tanya is making her way down. Tanya, I am presenting to you the Empire Award. And the Empire Award is an award that we get to give to small businesses and organizations that make outstanding contributions to our community. You are more than deserving. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be accepting this award from Senator Lea Webb. I have always been passionate about working and helping people within my community. Over the past 30 years, 30, I have had the honor of serving the great community of Binghamton and some of the surrounding areas. I'm honored to be selected as one of the amazing women for History Month. Thank you, Senator. And everyone else that's here supporting me in the room is just, thank you. I don't even know, I'm speechless, but thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Give Tanya another round of applause. So, now go back to Tompkins County, still staying with women entrepreneurs. Y'all still good?
Yeah.
Well, make sure you can still grab a little something to eat on. I want you to be nourished as we give out these awards. So our next honoree is someone I had the pleasure of meeting a couple of years ago in Tompkins County. She just has such a beautiful spirit, and she is all about building community. And that is the proprietor and creator of the Sempe Kitchen, Ms. Kukua Yomekepi. She is a chef, and she arrived in the United States nearly 3 decades ago with a dream to contribute to wherever she found herself. She prioritizes building and sustaining community with food as the central part of that mission. Because we're all human in this room, yes? And we all know we have to eat, yes? All right, just want to make sure I'm in the right room. And her passion for creating connections through food led to the opening of the Sempe Kitchen in 2016 in Ohio. But this past summer, in August, she opened a brick and mortar location. I was so honored to be there with her and her entire team in Ithaca, marking the restaurant's early stages of growth and impact. She holds a BA and an MA in English, as well as a Master's of Theological Studies, demonstrating her deep academic background alongside her culinary expertise. She has an incredible team, and her team continue to bring people together through food, making the Sempe Kitchen a community-driven dining experience. And I will say that the food is on point, and y'all know what I mean when I say on point. Please join me in welcoming our next honoree, Ms. Kukua, to come on up and receive the Empire Award for the Sempe Kitchen.
You made it. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We circled the block.
Literally.
For a long time. So we are sorry we were late. I just have a few words to share. So thank you again. My dream has always been to build community, even when I was in